small to mid-sized businesses. Okay, we need to support them as well. What do? Like I said, we return rebates back to you, the members, while helping support local businesses like Ralph's, ABC Country Restaurant, Coffee Works, GoPro Jewelry. There's about a dozen or so in Medicine Hat. Right
14.
Now. 14. Oh, we're growing. And that's good. And again, you have to realize it's not just in Medicine Hat. It is in Canada and soon to be, hopefully at midnight tonight, around the world. It will open up. So that's exciting. Why we do it? Again, to help small businesses prosper and create financial stability for all members. Because small to mid-sized businesses make up a large part of the workforce. So if you look here, for every $100 spent at a chain store, Costco, Walmart, Target, $13 stays right here in Medicine Hat. Okay? When you spend that same amount at local merchants buying the same product, 3 to 4 times that stays in Medicine Hat, which supports our local community. So the whole gist of the program is spending $100 a month on stuff you're going to buy anyway. Okay? So we're not asking you to spend $100 more. We're just saying, instead of using your credit card or your debit card, transfer $100 to our prepaid Visa and go spend it. Because it will have benefits far-reaching than using your credit card or your debit card or cash or those little paper things they used to call checks. Not over in Russia, checks that you write out. Oh, Ray, I know you see like, man, this is bad. I came out here for these jokes.
Over those jokes?
Yeah. Well, at least I got them laughing anyway. So all we're doing is redirecting $100 from a chain store to a local merchant, okay? And that will generate hundreds of thousands of dollars as we all combine spending that, okay? Again, cashback rebates. Everyone spends $100 on something, gas, groceries, whatever. You're going to spend it. So it's not like we're asking you to do something different. We're just asking you to redirect that. Okay, what is a rebate? What it does is that if you go buy something at Canadian Tire or Sears and they have a rebate program, you either get that rebate at the till or you fill out a form and they'll cut out the UPC code, you mail it in, and 6 to 8 months or a year later you get your $50 back. Which it seems how it goes these days, okay? Or, as my son said, Joey, he said, what about taking your bottles back to the bottle depot? Okay? I don't have to claim that on my income tax or the rebate that I get back from Sears because I pay with it with after-tax dollars. If there's co-op members here tonight, every year you get a dividend check in the mail. You're supposed to claim it on your income tax because it's considered income. With us, the nice thing about this program, there is no tax consequences because we use after-tax dollars. And you're going to see that very beneficial as we go down the presentation here, okay? Again, this is for guys only. For the ladies, you don't have to worry about this because it's in your DNA. There's a zero learning curve, okay? Ladies, you know how to shop, and you know how to use a credit card or a debit card. Period. It's in your DNA. You come out, you just know how to do that. Guys, we have a little trouble. First of all, we got to pick up what we want. And then we got to fumble around. What are we going to pay with it? It's just a big schmozzle. So for us guys, it's a little bit of a more learning curve, but it's so easy even we can do it. So here's what it is. Because it's not a business opportunity, it's a chance to save money and receiving accelerating rebates. If you know how to shop and you know how to use a credit card, you're good to go. Period. That's it. So it's not like network marketing, we got to learn the plans and all this kind of stuff. What do I got to do to be? Nothing. Shop like you normally do. No credit card, no problem. I said about 65% of all people in the United States are having a heck of a time with credit because of the big crash in 2008. And they can't get credit. The reason why they like this so much is because there's no credit checks. You load the card, and you go spend it, and you get your rebates. And because it's after-tax dollars, there's no tax consequences. Okay, it's accepted globally. If you go anywhere in the world and you have your Visa card, that's what we use a prepaid Visa, you can use that. ATMs, online purchases, point of sale, doesn't matter. Okay, so you can use this anywhere. And it's like your Tim's card for people or Starbucks or whatever. You load the card up, you go use it. Simple as that. That's all we do here. This is what our membership card looks like. What will happen is when I think we get to about 12,000 members or so, they will co-brand the cards. So the actual prepaid Visa card and the Worldwide Shoppers card will become one. So then we'll just have the one card. How it works, and remind me at the end because I always seem to forget because they change the sequence of the slides. So you become a member, you receive your rebate card, shop where you want, support local merchants in your communities, receive discounts and gifts, additional services at point of sale, redeem your rebates, and watch them accumulate. It's not very hard to do. You fill out one piece of paper, you photocopy your driver's license or passport, one current bill, and you're good to go. We'll go over the fees here a little later. Why US dollars? Because it's going global tonight at midnight. I'm going to keep saying that because it's going to happen. 120 countries around the world, different currencies. The one common thing is they all compare their currency to the US dollar. So that's why it's in US dollars. For the merchants such as Ralph's or Coffeeworks or ABC Restaurant, why would they want to become a merchant? Very easy. They don't pay for advertising until they get a customer. Right now, I think Ralph spends thousands of dollars a year on TV, radio, and newspaper ads in hopes of getting a customer here into his restaurant. Okay? He doesn't know if the people coming into his restaurant or service, whether it's Coffeeworks or ABC Restaurant or GoPro Jewelry or whatever, they don't know that person coming in. So listen to an ad, seen it on the radio, or seen it on TV, listened on the radio, or seen it in a newspaper ad. The nice thing about this is that when they present their card, Ralph knows that he is going to give them a discount, and that because they're a member, he knows the program is working. There's no sign-up fee. There's no investment, no coupon printing, no distribution costs or marketing. All Ralph does is when somebody comes and shops here, or he's here, he gives a portion, 10% back to the Worldwide Shoppers Club. If he has 90 customers in a day and one of those has a Worldwide Shoppers Club, he just pays for one customer. That's it. So it's very, very simple. It's not hard to do. So it's a beneficial. Now, if you think about this, right now there's about 650 members here in Medicine Hat alone, and they all have to spend $100 a month. Okay, so it's $65,000 every month that they have to spend somewhere. Wouldn't you think it'd be beneficial if merchants want to get on board? Because they want to know, where can I shop? What can I buy? You've got to spend $100. Why not at my shop? Why not at my store? So it's very beneficial. So that's the advantages of that, because you know they're going to come back. So loyal customer base. And we all share, when that portion goes back to the Worldwide Shoppers Club, a portion of that, we all share it. Now I'm going to go into that a little later on. So it's beneficial. When we support our local businesses, then we benefit as well as the merchant. Again, tonight, all being well, knock on wood, they're going to go live. Now, there'll be a few things that aren't on the website to start up. I think it's about 75% active. There'll be a few bugs that won't be on there yet, but it's coming. Okay, there are a few little glitches here 2-3 weeks ago. But once it's all up and running, you'll be able to choose your country, your language, learn about all the advantages for the membership, the merchants, the nonprofit organizations. You can get login to get all the news. You'll have your own personal custom page. I like using Mac because I'm a Mac guy. They just work. When smartphones are becoming more prevalent in today's society, so there'll be an app that's available for your smartphone as a Worldwide Shoppers Club member. So what will happen is you can go in here, and we'll show you a few things here. You can find local merchants, merchant information, scan and look up history, usernames, company information, and so on and so forth. What will happen is that you go to Calgary, and you want to find a restaurant that is part of the Worldwide Shoppers Club. Because it'll use your GPS in your phone, it'll say, well, here's all the restaurants in Calgary. This is in Toronto, I think. So you're in Toronto and you want to figure out where to go. And as you narrow that search down, you want, Western cuisine, Eastern cuisine, or whatever, then it'll slowly narrow down and it'll take you right there. They have push notifications. So for Worldwide Shoppers Club members only, they'll put out a notification. So at ABC Country Restaurant on Wednesday from 10 till 2, there's going to be 10% off your food bill. 15%, that's up to them, what they want to do. And only the Worldwide Shoppers Club members will get that. Okay? So that's another advantage too. The QR codes, this is something, it's like the old barcodes, but they're running out of bars. So they went to a new QR code. And what this is, it does so much more. Merchant information and stuff, not just a product. So it's built right into the software. So that'll become part and parcel of that as well. For people that want to show it to other people, some people want to be just members. They enjoy the savings. People like myself, and Ray, and Joe, and Ed, and a few others here, we want to go out and we want to tell the world about this because it's important. We want to help our friends and neighbors. So on there too, they've got these little videos that we can show. So you go to Tim Hortons for coffee, get your iPad or your smartphone, and you can show them right there. And if they're interested, you can sign them up online. So that's coming as well. Okay? So we have all these different things coming for the smartphones. And it seems to be, you ever notice, I don't know, somebody lost their smartphone here, it's like you chop their arm off. Because when you think about it, your smartphone is your email, it's your banking, it's your contact list. You don't write contacts down anymore. It's in my smartphone until it goes south, and if you haven't done a backup, you're screwed, But we rely on our smartphones because you can do more and more. And so it's like the laptop and the big towers and stuff. I mean, they'll still have them, but this is the future. This is where we're going. So, like I said, we're going to be going into 120 countries. It's running in 21 different languages. We talk about the clubhouses. When a membership in a particular city gets 1,200 members, we are allotted $6,000 a month for the upkeep of a clubhouse. So there's 2 in the world right now, one in Calgary and one in Slovenia. Slovenia, yeah. I'm just going by what I told. Anyway, some are over the sea. No, Slovenia. And it's going to be the head office for Europe. Okay. So I've been to the one in Calgary, and what it is, they have a little coffee shop there. We can do meetings and stuff. The nice thing about a clubhouse, you can use it for meetings apart from the Worldwide Shoppers Club. Like I said, I'm a Bob Proctor coach. So when I do my seminars to companies or people, I usually have to pay $50, $100, $125 for a meeting room for 4 to 6 hours. Because I'm a Worldwide Shoppers Club member, I can do presentations. If Ed wants me to do a presentation for his real estate buddies, I can do that. And don't have to pay anything for it. I just show up my laptop, plug it in, and away I go. There's also going to be other things too. They can have little trade fairs. It's a place to meet and greet. I mean, everybody here has a trade for the most part. So we can intermingle and say, hey, I need a plumber, I need a carpenter, I need this, that, or the other. And the nice thing about that is that because we're club members, we can pick up on that. So it's very beneficial. As far as the advertising that we're going to do globally, like I said, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Gmail, Pinterest. What's that one again, the baby carriage? Blogspot. I can never remember that. You should put a BS on it or something. I don't know. To me, that looks like a little baby carriage, like it should be footing, or something like that. Or baby something. Anyway, so that's how the advertising is done. Okay, so places, Facebook, they'll be able to advertise Ralph's and ABC restaurants, so on and so forth. Okay. For people, again, that want to promote this, they have a nice members kit that gives you everything except for the iPad. We've got to make that clear. So for $100, you get contact cards, pens, you get all the information that you need. They have thumbsticks with all the presentations on. So that's coming out as well. And it's leather bound with a Worldwide Shoppers Club insignia on it. Okay? So, again, for people who want to promote it, very, very good. Unbeatable buying power. Think about this for a second. Why do we shop at Walmart? Why do we shop at the big box stores? We save money. Okay, so you can buy a box of cornflakes for $2, but everywhere else at the local market it's $5. So obviously we're going to go there. When the membership gets so big across the world that now we have unbeatable buying power. Okay, because it's not just little old Medicine Hat; it's around the world. and the Worldwide Shoppers Club has millions of members around the globe. We can say, we want to buy this product, and the company, Kellogg's Corn Flakes, knows that they can sell 1 million boxes overnight. I'm just using this as an example. But because we have the membership, now we're driving the boat. So now I don't have to go to Walmart. I can shop at my local merchant because I know by supporting him, I'm going to get a rebate back. And that's the biggest part. When you shop at Walmart and Target, you will get an instantaneous saving, but that's it. If you only buy 1 box of cornflakes in a year, that's it. Every single month, I get a rebate from the Shoppers Club, from the global pool. Not just what I buy, but what everybody buys, and that's the biggest key to this thing. Okay, the membership fees I mentioned before. For the few privileges that we get, club rebate card, club membership card, access to the clubhouse, I mentioned that. Ongoing merchant specials, the only residual rebate system in the world, for a small fee of $25 a month. Or, underline or, complete your shopping circle and it's free. I don't know about you, but I like free. I like paying 25 bucks, it's a small thing, but I like free. And I always give the example that I applied for American Express card, and I got my card, hadn't even activated it yet, and I got billed the next day for 300 bucks. And I phoned them up and I said, there's something wrong here. I got a $300 charge on my credit card and I haven't even used it. Oh no, Mr. Miller, that's your membership fee. I said, for what? You're going to charge me 29% interest anyway. Yeah, that's the privilege of having an American Express. I'm going like, that's not a privilege. I said, you can send me a rebate. I'm cutting the card up and throwing the garbage. Oh, okay. That was it. So I had the card for 1 day, didn't use it, and I got ding 300 bucks. This here, it's peanuts. For what you're going to see here tonight, and what you're going to get from this, far outweighs that 25 bucks. But I'm going to show you how to get it for free. So here we go. There's 5 rebates that you are eligible to get. The first 2 rebates, everybody in the Worldwide Shoppers Club gets it. Every single person. The next 3 are optional. But after you see the program, you're going to go, I'm going to get all 5. Okay, so here we go. The standard rebate, part 1, accumulative shopping rebate. Every active member. An active member means that you pay your monthly dues, 25 bucks a month, or complete your shopping circle. So every active member receives a standard rebate, which is generated from my merchant affiliates, like Ralph's and ABC Restaurant, from shopping by members. So when we go to their shop, we're contributing to them, and this helps in our rebates. So we get a 10% cash rebate, which is sent to the club from the merchant, which goes into a rebate pool, which we get a standard rebate and a residual rebate. So here's the example. 1,000 members spend $100 because that's all your commitment is. It's only $100. Not more than what you're spending because you're spending that $100. Which is $100,000 of accumulated shopping. The merchants give back 10%, which is $10,000 to the club. The rebate pool, 70% of that, is $7,000 distributed equally among 1,000 members for $7 a month. Aren't you glad you came here tonight for $7 a month? Yay!
Better than the joke.
Yeah. Well, they like that better than a joke. Well, that's good. See you. Raised by beer tonight. Yeah, what? So anyway, $7. Now again, this is only 1,000 members. What happens when it hits 100,000 members? What happens when it hits 1 million members? What do you think that figure's going to be? Probably a little more. Okay, so that's part 1. Part 2 is the card usage rebate. Because when you get your prepaid Visa, you will end up you have to spend that $100 a month. Okay, so when you use it at any merchant, okay, because we understand right now at this point, there's something that you might not be able to get at merchants that you want to frequent. So they'll get you 5% back, added to the rebate pool. So based on the $100 dynamic you have to spend, 70% of that $5 is $350. So when you take the 2 rebates and you add them together, you spend $100, you add the 2 rebates together, $15, 70% is $10.50. So you spent $100, and when you use both of them at a merchant and use your card, you get $10 back, $10.50. That's 10% on your money. Your bank gives you what? 0.0000, 10%? Well, right. And then they'll go charge percentage for loaning it out. Okay, the last time it was that high was in the 1980s. Canada savings bonds were about 17–18%. Mortgages were about 17–18%. Can you imagine paying 19% on your mortgage? Yikes. That's why people put the keys in the mailbox and walking away. Anyway, 10% on your money. So what is a shopping circle? We mentioned about a shopping circle here earlier. A shopping circle is created when you invite 1, 2, or 3 people to join the Worldwide Shopping Club. We're a private club. You have to be invited into our club. Okay? So you start receiving rebates with your very first referred member. You don't have to wait till you get all 3. That's another thing I like about this. Your first referred member in, you start getting rebates when you complete your shopping circle. So let's take a look at this. So here's Mark, and I find 1 friend, and I invite him into the club. I get $5. Then I go find another friend, get another $5. I find my 3rd friend, I think that's about 3 minutes and a half. I get $15 for a total of $25. So all I've done is invited 3 friends to join the club. My commitment is now fulfilled to the club. I don't have to sponsor or refer in any more people. So we said there's a $25 monthly fee. So what they do is that I get $25 of rebate, because it's all rebates back on my prepaid Visa card, and they take the $25 fee out. How much do I pay? Zero. So that's how I get my membership for free. 3, remember there's 3, and it's free. That's all you got to remember. So I've now completed my shopping circle. My membership is free. Do I have to complete a shopping circle? Absolutely not. I mentioned the first 2 rebates were for everybody. The next 3, you have to complete a shopping circle. So should you choose to do that, knock your socks off. Okay? But no, you don't have to. The shopping circle advantage. Okay? So look at this line here. It says, receive more in rebates than you actually spend. Now think about that for a minute. You have to spend $100 a month. This line says, receive more in rebates than you actually spend. Well, how can I get more than $100 in rebates? How does that work? We're going to look at that right now. So this is where the magic begins. So here's my shopping circle. I've got my 3. I'm done. So my friend here, he goes up, talks to a few people, and goes, hey, I like that program. It's really good. And then so on and so forth. You know, the old herbal essence shampoo ladies, you know about this from the 1980s. They tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and so on and so forth. Ours is 3. So you go tell 3 friends. Okay? So when your group, again, you're only responsible for 3. When your group hits 24, it doesn't have to be symmetrical because it could be 10 in this one, 3 in this one, and then 6 in this one. So when your group hits 24 active members, you get a rebate of $125 per month, every month, of which $25 goes back to your membership fee, which leaves you with what? $100. Do I have to now take my $100 out of my savings account and put it on my prepaid Visa anymore? No. Because the club is doing it for me. So here it says 24, and pay no more. So now I'm even. I don't have to pay my membership. I don't have to move that $100. So if that's the case, my $100 now stays in my savings account, and I'm playing on their money. It's almost like Vegas, isn't it? I'm playing on house money. That's a good thing I remember that for the next one. Okay? So more members, more incentives. Okay, so you understand that. You've got your 3. Now you're going to create a shopping group of 24. Now I don't have to pay anymore. The ripple effect. We mentioned before, there's 3 members, $25. 9 members, $45. 27 is $135. 81 members is $360. I'm going to stop there for a minute. So I got 81 members in my group. I'm only responsible for bringing 3, but because they're so excited, they go up and tell friends. And there's a lot of people here that have more than 3 in their group. I know Ray and Joe do, and Kevin. You're getting there too. So what happens is 81 members. So I'm getting $360 a month on my rebate card. My commitment is $100. So if all I spend in March is $100, I'm left with $300 or $260. Come tomorrow, I get another $360 on there. I go out and I spend my $100. That's all I spend. I got $520. See where this is going? So can you imagine having an extra $200, $300 a month to take the edge off those bills? You know, it would help every single person, myself included. Well, let's go a little further. Let's go 243 members. So it takes 6 months, say. 6 months, 8 months. We don't know how fast you can see it's going to grow. And we get $1,000 a month. Yeah, that's a part-time job. And you only have to spend $100. So I'm getting $1,000 a month on top of what I make in my city job. And the same for yourself. If you're retired, you don't have to worry about the income tax man. My parents are retired, and they got a pension. And if my dad makes more, they claw back his pension, which sucks, it's stupid, and I don't agree with it. And that's why I like this program. Because my dad can make $1 million after-tax dollars, and we have to do one dime. We are. Okay? I pay too much taxes as it is. And I understand you got to pay taxes to keep the country going. But let's not get in it. So $1,000 a month. Would that help you out, folks? Absolutely. Okay, this grows and grows and grows. Now the next slide I'm going to show you, there'll be a lot of numbers on there, but I'll explain it why it's important for the 1, 2, or 3. So we said in the beginning there, so you've got 3 shoppers. If you only have 1 referred person into the group, they're going to give you $5, like we mentioned. If you have 2 personally sponsored, you have $10. And 3, you get the full 100%, $25. Not a big deal. Let's go down here. Let's go down to 243. If I've only got 1 person, I only get $250 instead of the $1,000 that we were talking about. How quickly would you go out and find 2 more people to invite into the club? Because you're leaving $750 on the table. Okay? Would you go find out 3 people, 2 more people to get your club, to get your full rebates? That's why it's important. So when the group goes to 1173, so it takes a year to get there. Let's be realistic. It takes a year for your group to get to 1173, and you've got 3 personal people invited. It's $5,000 a month. That there is almost a full-time job for a person that's been working for approximately 15 to 20 years. Would you agree? It's a decent wage. Okay? And people are kind of okay with that. And this is where I kind of stop here and put on my Bob Proctor coaching hat. Because the next 2 numbers, people have a hard time with. Some. And it's like the thermostat on the back of that wall. Okay? In my Bob Proctor teaching, I actually talked to Bob Proctor a few times, and he said, Mark, what would you do? He said, how would you like it if you could make your annual income monthly? I'm like, wow, how would you do that? He said, no, don't worry about the how. He says, would you like to? Well, we all would, but then we kind of talk ourselves out of it. So we talk about a financial thermostat. Okay? If your thermostat is set that I'm making $50,000 a year and I go to 60, my financial thermostat says, no, you made too much money, you bring it down to 50. And if I'm only making 40, if you're a commission salesman, you bring it up to 50 and you stop, just like a thermostat. It'll always bring the room temperature, whether it's hot or cold, it'll be whatever it's set at. So all I'm going to teach you how to increase your financial thermostat. Okay? You've heard of millionaires, won the lottery, 5 years later they're broken and they're worse off. You ever figured out why? There's an answer for that. Why do you think millionaires that win the lottery are broke or worse off 5 years later?
They don't believe. They don't believe
Don't believe in what?
in their ability to have that kind of money.
Because they don't have a millionaire mindset. The first thing because all they've been used to is $5,000 a month. Now they get $1 million going, what's my thermostat set to? $5,000 a month. 60 grand a year, that's all. So they get rid of everything that's 60,000 bucks, then they brought it down. So what I teach outside of this program, and for those of you, I will be doing an online webinar. It's free on the 7th of April, next week, and the 21st. It's at 7 o'clock after Monty does the presentations. Look into it. It's how we think. It's free. It's part of my commitment to the Worldwide Shops Club. Okay? So, I digress. So anyway, we get to the next level, $10,000 a month. That's a doctor's salary for a very high professional. They spent lots of years in college, now they're getting there. What about this? So 2-3 years down the road, you get 11,000 people almost in your group, you make 45 grand a month. Oh, you lost me. Can you imagine getting $45,000 a month? Byron's going to give me his money because his thermostat's broken. Okay, 45. Think about that. What would you do with $45,000 a month for March? And all you have to do is spend $100. And then tomorrow morning you've got another 45. Now you get $90,000 on your card. What would you do? I mean, you pay off your bills, you help your parents out, buy some toys, go on a trip. And then the following month you get another 45 grand. Oh, come on already. I don't need the money anymore. Okay? You know where I'm going? People have a hard time with that figure. Okay? You don't?
Oh, absolutely not.
Of course not. See? She knows where it's at. For the most part, think about this. 3% of the population controls 97% of the money. If there was a story that if you took everybody on the planet and divvied up all the money and gave it equally to every one of the 7 billion people, within 2 to 3 years, the wealthy would have all their money back because of their mindset. So anyway, this is what's possible. Even at 45 grand, if you only have one person responsible, it's 11,250. This is powerful. This can change lives. This can change merchants. Okay? That's why this was created, to help people around the world get out of debt, to help them create a future that is not doom and gloom. That's why it was created. Okay, so that was another rebate. This is a booster rebate. This is the 4th one. Okay, so as we help our members, so again, you're only responsible for 3 people. Somebody else comes to me and says, Mark, I want to join this club. Great, I've already got my 3, so I'm going to gift you to one of these people down here. So when you help another member out, you get a booster rebate. So when you goes to 48 people, you get another rebate of $200 a month. When it goes to 74 members, it goes to $300 a month. It's capped at $10,000. It's capped at $10,000. So now I'm making $55,000 a month. So now you get all this money you got to spend for a giveaway. Darn. Okay. And the rebates just keep growing. The 5th and final rebate is an overage rebate. So your commitment is $100. So what happens if you spend $500 over what you're supposed to spend? So they're going to bless you for that too. They're going to give you a rebate. So 70% of $40, which is 10%, is 28 bucks. You've used your card, so that's 5%, so another $20 for a total of 48 bucks. Added to the $5 from the initial one, and it's $53. Again, more than 10% on your money. If you spend 500 bucks, you get 53 back. Okay. Again, you might not get it the first time around. There's some people here that have been here 2-3 times, and every time you see this, Bob Proctor always told me, repetition is the key to success. Repetition, repetition. Every time I watch this, it sinks in a little deeper. Okay? So one day I'll probably get it. Just kidding. That makes sense though. That's the overage rebate. Okay? So the 5 rules of order. We're not network marketing. Network marketing is built on the premise that the top 8 or 10 people make $1 million a month, and the rest of us make $50 a month. You can't tell. If I got everybody in a circle like here, you couldn't tell who's the first person, who the last person is, or who's our guest. You can. So the way this works is that here's me. I'm a primary referral. It goes in chronological order. 12 o'clock position, 4 o'clock position, 8 o'clock position. And it always goes clockwise. And the computer will fill in. Like I mentioned, they have There's people that will see it on Facebook or Twitter, and they won't know they've been invited into the club via a social media. So they'll come in through us, and the computer will place it in our group. Okay, so the computer places that. And they have a referral pass rule. What that means is that I can't, like in network marketing, you can stack where you want your best people to go. Okay, here they don't allow that, which is good too. So if I sponsor one person and the computer fills in here, I can't put another person here. Here, it has to go around in a circle. When I get round to this outer one, then I can place it there. It's called a referral pass rule. It keeps everything equal, so everybody gets the best bang for the buck. Okay? Again, I don't want to, I'll ask questions later on and I can go back to these slides. I just want to go over this here. So 92% of the rebates are returned back to us, the members. And the other 8% is as follows. 5% goes back to the Worldwide Shoppers Club for advertising for our merchants. Okay? Because we are a not-for-profit, we don't do any merchandising. We don't do any kind of money stuff because we're a private club. We have other companies that do that for us. And 3% goes back to humanitarian projects around the world. Right now, one of the founders, Rick, he lives in Belize. And I've been to Belize twice, and it's the rainy season during the summer months. Of course, they get a lot of rain and mud and all that kind of stuff. So what they did, little kids are going to school and traipsing all the mud in, and they're getting their shoes dirty and stuff like that. So they went and took some money, and they got 12 gravel trucks full of gravel, put it down, and no more mud. This will, again, it's going to be global. It'll be in our local community. I always mentioned about the Champion Center down on North Railway Street. I had to bump into the manager and her husband there, and I said, I need to come down there, and I need to talk to you, because as a non-profit, we help non-profit organizations as well, and that's a different presentation and stuff. But what that does is that a person can get involved in that, where the people spend their money and the profits go back to the members, but the main referral goes back to the charity of their cause, which would be the Champion Center. And everybody knows here, if you've seen The Secret Millionaire, it's the only show I watch on TV, and like I said, I got a remote control and a box of Kleenex in the other hand, because it touches me so much. And again, if you're getting $45,000 a month and you've done all the stuff you want to for yourself, and yeah, we got to take care of our families, I understand that, but what do we do after that? That's why this was created, to give back, to help the less fortunate. That's what it's about. Okay. So our vision, the Worldwide Shoppers Club was started out of a need to support small businesses while providing savings to shoppers based on the collective efforts of both merchants and shoppers. More businesses and more rebates can be achieved without competition or greed. Okay? We're not competing against anybody. We're not. Okay? We're creating something bigger than each of us by ourselves. Okay? Because we're coming together, it doesn't matter to me that other people have more people in their group. It doesn't matter. Because we're all sharing in that global pool. That 70%, we're all sharing it. So if Kevin and Ray and all these guys, they go out and sign a million people up, that's great, because the pool grows, which means we all get benefit for it. Okay? So we're not competing, we're not greedy, we're just saying it works, we're helping other people. Okay? We're creating something else. Okay? So we're just creating a sustainable economic plan. Okay? So I mentioned about becoming a member. Membership fee is $155 Canadian. That's it. Out of that $155, $25 is your monthly fee. The $30 is a one-time processing fee to get all the paperwork done. And the remaining $100 comes back to you on a prepaid Visa card. That's it. So for $55, how many people have been to a movie for two lately? $60. That's with a 94-liter jug of pop and the garbage can size of popcorn with 9 tons of, oh, it's not butter, I don't know what the heck it is. Hey, $60 for a 2-hour movie. Or you can spend $55 and change your life and help other people. I'm not saying, again, you get $45,000 coming in a month, you can pay for the whole movie theater to go watch a movie. Mark Miller's coming with his crowd. Worldwide Shoppers Club movie tonight, guys. Let's go. Okay? So that's what it's all about. That was the fee. It is willable through a letter of wishes. So you can pass it down to your family, friends, charities. Okay? So that's our presentation for the night. I know it's a lot of information. If you have any questions, I will take them now and answer them to the best of my ability. I want to thank you for coming out this evening. Questions or concerns? Thank you. And there wasn't even an applause mission, that little thing that they don't say on the TV shows, applause. Okay, Mark's finished. You can clap now. Get him out of here. Shepherd's Hook. Any questions?